Hello, I'm Dave Orlandi at Embarcadero Technologies. In this video, I'm going to show you how to verify SQL Server configuration values for compliance purposes. Using Embarcadero's DB Change Manager, I can compare and synchronize database structure, data, or database configuration parameters against Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server, Sybase ASE, or DB2 LUW. In this example, I will use Microsoft SQL Server and compare configuration parameters, more specifically, security standards as a means for compliance purposes. The first step is to go to the navigation tree and choose my source and target. I can drag and drop, or I can simply double click and bring the source and target into the initial overview page. You can see that I've already done that. Note down in the bottom right that I have the ability to add additional targets, so I have the ability to do a one-to-many comparison. Upon choosing my source and target, giving it a name, and adding any additional notes, note the green arrows across the top that give me a means to step through my comparison job. Next, I'll choose the Refinements tab and choose my core SQL properties. Next, in the Options tab, I can choose my extract options. In the Notification tab, I can choose if I'd like to be notified by email, file system, or system tray. And finally, in the History tab, I can see previous runs of a particular job. Now I can run this job and notice my comparison summary. I set up the job with 4 properties: XP_command shell, remote admin connections, OLE automation procedures, and C2 audit mode. 3 of the properties matched, 1 did not match. None were not found. For a quick description of these properties as it relates to SQL Server, XP command shell is an extended store procedure that allows you to execute a command line OS command from within the database using T-SQL. This can be a serious security risk because someone could potentially corrupt your system or escalate their privileges to sysadmin or box administrator. It was enabled by default in SQL Server 2000, and in 2005 it was set as disabled, but it's something you certainly want to check. Remote admin connections. The setting of this parameter determines whether or not the sysadmin server role can use the dedicated administrator connection, or DAC, to access SQL Server remotely. Organizations concerned that the sysadmin server role has been compromised should leave this parameter disabled. OLE automation procedures. These system store procedures allow the use of COM objects within T-SQL. Someone can open a computer's file system and open, process, read, and write files. This can also be used to access and manipulate OS objects from inside the database, which could pose a threat or crash the server. This is disabled by default. And finally, C2 audit mode. Enabling this parameter will configure the server to record both failed and successful attempts to access statements and objects. This information can help you profile system activity and track possible security policy violations. This parameter is often disabled for performance reasons. So as you can see, these 4 properties are of particular interest for security standards and can be associated with particular company compliance. By using DB Change Manager, you can set up jobs to compare and synchronize the correct security database parameters.